Hey y'all, so my name is Miani, the artsyfairy, jack of all trades, master of self. I am essentially a serial entrepreneur, a serial hobbyist. I am a performing and teaching artist as well as an event organizer. I was a nail tech for 3 years. I style here and there. I ran an online thrift shop. I've taught for many different types of organizations like libraries, museums, schools, anything else. Summer camps, dance studios. I just be around. I love community. I'm big on that. That's my motivating factor is community, is healthy community, is strong communities that can withstand the test of time. I just love art. I love creativity. I love exploration. I love to expand. I love to explore. I am just boundless. Now, I do all these things right, but I didn't always fully embrace that. I always felt like I had to box myself in, and people were always telling me that. I was constantly being shamed for my multifacetedness and feeling like I was all over the place, being told that I was all over the place. And through diligent study of art and entrepreneurship and also mind, body, soul healing, I have been able to cultivate my pain into power and overcome these projections and prosper. Okay? And not only have I been able to find my own confidence and clarity along my journey, but I want to help others do the same thing. So today I am here to share the must-haves as a multidisciplinary artist. I have 5 for you guys, all right? The very first one that I have for you guys is a master project list. Now, a master project list is basically just a big, long list of every project that you want to create and all your in-progress projects. As you go through and complete these projects, then you cross them off, and it serves as record. It serves as record for all the things that you have been doing. Now, your master project list needs to be a digital document. I highly suggest just using Word, and literally you could just title it Master Project List 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of your different ideas. You can get detailed with it. I suggest putting what it is called and then a short summary of what you want this project to consist of. As somebody who likes to write in a journal, sometimes things get lost. I forget about things and I don't even remember when I wrote it. So it's hard to actually go back through and look for things. But this being a digital document allows it to be longer lasting. It has a longer lifespan because you can easily go search it up. And it's also editable because if you're writing, you're going to have to be constantly erasing. And also if you're continuing to write in this journal, now you don't have space for all the things that you need. So now you got to start on a new page. But having this document, allows it to be however long or short, and it can live and evolve as you do. This helps not only track your progress, and it shows you what is accurate within your progress, because I feel like sometimes, especially as a multifaceted artist, we forget all the things that we have really done and accomplished, and this just allows you to really see the progress that you have been making. Because don't delete something off of here once it is crossed off. You just want to cross it off and leave it so you can see it. And it also keeps you on track with the projects that you want to cultivate. Because sometimes, at least I know for me, I have so many ideas. I'm always bursting with ideas. And I hop around from idea to idea. I forget about this thing and I want to do this, and eventually I remember about this thing. And just having this list helps you really prioritize, okay? So number 1 is your master project list. Number 2 is a mission and vision statement. Now, I'm sure many of us have heard of a mission and vision statement. Many of you guys maybe even have one. But if you don't have one, it is basically intention setting for your journey. Now, I personally suggest having a longer mission and vision statement. And these can be 2 different things. Your mission statement is more so what your motivating factors are, where you come from. It's really the story. And then your vision statement is where do you hope to go? These are really like 2 sides of the same coin. And so like I was saying, I suggest really getting detailed with these and then having a separate version that is more of a summary that you can use for an artist bio or a website, stuff like that. Not only does this set intentions for your journey, but it keeps you focused on your agenda. Because again, as a multidisciplinary artist, sometimes I can bounce around. I get inspired by a lot of different things. And not only do I get inspired by many things, people get inspired by me. People want to come to me and have me a part of their projects. And I'm sure it is the same for you. When you have multiple different talents, people want to utilize those. So sometimes we need to refer back to somewhere to make sure, does this align with what I envisioned for myself? Is this going to help me achieve the goals that I want to along my journey? And now don't get me wrong, I love a good side quest. But if you're taking too many side quests, now you're so far off the path. You feel me? And it's important to stay the course. And now the course does not always mean going in this straight line, but you just want to be intentional about where you are moving. And last thing I want to say about your mission and vision statements, like I said, I really want you to be detailed with your mission and vision statements. Get as detailed as freaking possible about not only what motivates you, but also where you want to go, the type of people you want to attract, the type of clientele you want to have, the type of business partnerships you want to have, the type of impact you really want to make on your own life, on others' lives, and being true, making sure that you really see where you have come from as well, and see why where you've been is important for where you're going to go, and make it as theatrical as you feel is necessary. And when I say theatrical, I just mean getting like really detailed, not like out here lying and shit, just being very detailed. Now for number 3, I have an artist resume. Whether you are applying for exhibitions or applying for grants or applying to be a teaching artist, applying for anything, okay? The biggest thing is applications. These are good for. Your artist resume is different from a regular resume. An artist resume really highlights both work and play. Even though I still consider my artistic endeavors work, it is also play. And a lot of jobs that I have worked may not necessarily be play. You feel me? And a resume usually highlights like your actual skill set, but a artist resume highlights the projects that you've been in, the work that you have done, the specifics of it, not just I can do this, but I have done this. You feel me? And I really like to say that your artist resume highlights projects while your typical resume highlights positions. And now while your artist resume also highlights positions, it just allows your projects to shine through. You can add things like commissions to your artist resume, exhibitions that you've been in, showcases that you have put on, events that you have DJ'd for if you're a DJ. Also, along with places that you have worked and the positions that you have done. You can include media that you have had published, if you've published a book or if you've been in interviews, things like that. You're probably wondering like, okay, what does an artist resume actually look like? I have a free template for you. If you click the link in my description, in my description. Okay, I almost got it confused with a bio. If you click the link in my description, it will take you to a Canva template that I have created for you guys. And I also will attach a video that I use to create this template as well. Now, the video that I will share, they mostly focus on fine arts that usually will go in an exhibition, and I tailored it and tweaked it to include my various things. So in my own resume, I have DJing as one section, I have singing and songwriting, or is it like, I have like singing and poetry in a section, I have dancing in a section. I'm not completely sure what else I got off the top of my head, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. And like I said, the template is available for you to tweak and tailor to your liking. Now for number 4, we have a branding kit. Again, as multidisciplinaries, we can get a little bit over here and a little bit over there and a little bit everywhere, which is like, it's okay. But it is important to find a focus. And when I say find a focus, I don't mean you have to just stick to one thing, but I just mean making sure that things make sense together and things are, I don't want to say understandable for the audience, but that there's just a bit of a story to some things. Y'all, the word I was looking for is cohesive. You want things to be cohesive. And a branding kit really helps you find that story, not only like the why for what you do, but it brings it together so you can like serve it on a plate. Branding kits cultivate both clear and consistent visuals and messaging. So with you doing all these different things, it can still keep a central identity. A branding kit also is a place that you can refer back to for when you need bites for things like graphics, whether it be a flyer or a business card. It is also great for things like applications. And when I say applications, like, they be asking 30,000 different questions and every application has a different answer. So this gives you a central place to have your more general statements, and then you can take bites from those and then tweak it to the actual questions themselves. You can also use this branding kit for things like post captions or website copy, all the things. Like, branding kits are so clutch, and they are just always your referral point. Whenever you need anything, whenever I need fonts or color palettes, it's always there. And those are some of the typical things that a branding kit will consist of. Branding kits are a plan. It's a guide. When you have all these different things that you want to do, you need some guidelines. So we can still be moldable, but we're not just spilling all over the place. I really like this. It's not even necessarily an analogy, but it's a visual that I get in my head. Like, I'm like slime. You feel me? Like, I'm moldable. I can shape. I can change form. I can be reshaped, but I'm not just like a cup of tea that is spilling everywhere. And I'm also not like an apple that doesn't change shape, that it is just what it is. That's the shape and that's it. Branding kits allow you to be moldable without being too loosey-goosey. You feel me? Branding kits can have a very wide variety of things, and I have another template for you guys. I have a 35-page template that has all of the branding basics that you need to get your different endeavors up and running. Literally, you can duplicate this template as many times as you need for any and every endeavor. Now, I personally suggest just doing one central one, and then if you need to, doing another one. My branding template has so many different things, and by the time you're done with this, you're literally going to be ready to take action, because sometimes we can get stuck in that planning phase, and this template allows you to get all the planning that you need done, and then you can go take action, baby. My branding template is $15. Again, you can get it with the link in the description box, okay? Only $15 is a great deal for all of the value that you get, and it stimulates not only your logical but also your imaginative mind as well, because y'all know, or if you don't, you may not know, you feel me, but a lot of y'all know that I'm very spiritual. So there is so many spiritual aspects. I got my fairy touch on there, you feel me? So definitely go grab the Branding Basics Toolkit. And now, last but certainly not least, we are at number 5. And number 5 is a mentor. Baby, when I tell you a mentor is one of the most impactful things that you could have as especially a multidisciplinary, but just any up and coming entrepreneur. I wanted to say like an aspirant. I'm trying to say like somebody who is aspiring to be something. But so like I was saying, a mentor is one of the most impactful things that you can have along your journey, because this is somebody that you can ask questions to. Whenever you are curious about any and everything, this is someone to refer to, and it's a trusted source. And that is one of the most important things, that you want to make sure you have a mentor that you trust. So a mentor is basically someone in your industry or in an adjacent industry, a similar industry, that has allowed themselves to be positioned as your guide, essentially. This should be a verbal conversation. There is like a understanding or understanding, I like to say, that you are my mentor, you help me along my career, because that's mostly what they're there for. They are a guide for especially your career, but it could be, spiritually as well too. It should not just be about money. At least that's my perspective. When I hear a mentor, because it's like you could be a financial advisor if we just talking about money, you feel me? But like a mentor is just somebody who, it's like we're just here and you have access to my mind whenever. Mentors can look like a lot of different things. You can find a mentor in a lot of different places. I'm notorious for picking up a mentor, I will say, okay? So some of the main ways to get a mentor is by, for one, just putting yourself out there. And I'm not saying be like, hey, I'm looking for a mentor. No, start creating the things you want to create and show the world that. And you will begin to attract what you need. You feel me? Also, network. When you go places, network. Be nice to people. Talk to people. Maybe go out your way to say that extra little thing that you typically wouldn't say, or you didn't necessarily have to say, but it came to mind, so I'm going to say it. I highly encourage that, because you never know what could come out of a conversation, especially when you in a space full of other people that have resources. And don't network to get something, network to be genuine. Network because you're truly interested in meeting people and seeing where that takes you, because it's going to take you to the right place. Also, it's important to be consistent. When you are networking, let's say you are going to like an open mic. I feel like open mics, at least for me as a performer, have been very helpful for me in finding just like not necessarily a mentor, but and finding it's just a place for me to network, you feel me? And the biggest thing is being consistent in that space, like consistently showing up. This could also look like taking a class. You sign up for a class, consistently show up for that class, because the teacher within that space could become your mentor, because y'all are starting to build this bond, and now it carries outside of this class. But also, like, being in that class, that is a mentor too, and you can ask them questions within that class too. And it's like, especially if you're, not especially if you're paying, because sometimes people have free classes too, but especially if it is a paid class, it's like you're already paying that person, and so they're more likely to give you advice. Also, somebody who's actually in the class could become a mentor as well, because teachers learn. If you're not continuing to learn, you're hurting yourself. I don't want to necessarily say you're hurting yourself, but you're definitely hindering yourself, okay? And the last and final thing is to just allow it to happen naturally. Don't force it. Allow the mentor to find you. Allow the chemistry to chemistrize. Allow the chemical reactions to occur. Going back to the benefits of having a mentor, mentors can introduce you to people, places, things, knowledge that you may not have had access to otherwise, because they simply just had that connection. Especially when it comes to people and places, you can really be in places that you just simply would not have got on your own, because maybe you didn't have the credentials. Or also there's that trust factor when you have someone showing you. It's like a friend introducing a friend, you feel me? You may not have talked to this person if you didn't know this common person. It simply just wouldn't have happened. Let's say you typically go to this club. You go to this club, once a month, every couple months, whatever. And there's this VIP backroom section that you just simply can't afford it. Or it's it's invite only. But you end up making friends with somebody, and this person, they have the invite for whatever reason. And usually it's just because they've been around longer. They have also networked and made the connections and done the things. So they get you in. You feel me? And now you're in this space that you just simply would not have gotten in before, because you just didn't know the people. You didn't have the funds. All of these things. And that has happened to me so many times. I got put in a position because somebody knew me. It's a little different than nepotism or something like that, because it's people know that you actually deserve the spot that they putting you in. It's I back this person up. I stand behind this person. And it just helps you from having to go through, it's like a shortcut essentially. But be putting in the work, because it can seem lucky on the outside, but it's I'm doing the work. So then when the opportunity comes through, it makes sense for me to be in a position that I'm in. You feel me? Because yes, you can have a mentor, but the mentor cannot do it for you. And also, usually mentors will not work with people that are not serious. That's why I say a mentor usually finds you because they see you, they admire your ethics and your work ethic. That's what I was really trying to say. But they admire you and your work ethics. They admire you and your work ethics and what you value. And so they're you know what? I want to take you under my wing. I want to show you some things to help you, because I see you, I honor you, I acknowledge you, and I know that you're going to go places. Mentors can be used as a reference as well. Whenever you're signing up for applications and stuff like that, these are people that you could name drop in stuff, and people that can be called up. They're pros. So, it's they're just a reference. They're just somebody, again, I was just saying, that can back you up, not only to introduce you to a space, but to affirm that you are what you say you are. And so, guys, those are my multidisciplinary must-haves. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something new. Let me know which one of these was your favorite. Which one are you about to go and set intentions to align with? Maybe it's all of them. Maybe it's all of them. I love that too. Also, don't forget about the free artist resume template and the $15 branding basics toolkit. Always available, always ready for you whenever you are ready for it. And again, my name is Miani, the Artsy Fairy, and you can hit that like, subscribe button. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts, okay? And there will definitely be more of these because, baby, these are not all the tips I have. I got some more. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions on topics that you want to see from me, all the things. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your motherfucking life. Bye.